Hey everybody, welcome to SSTV. I'm Jeff Mathena.
And I'm Autumn Copeland.
And today we're going to be working with Autumn's voice. We're going to be specifically addressing some issues that Autumn has been working through with the studio for a while now, which is connection to your chest voice. You have a really strong head voice, you have a strong pharyngeal resonator, but have struggled to find that closure in your chest voice, and it's improved significantly. And so today we're going to take everybody through kind of what might be a typical routine when you come in for a voice lesson. All right. Yeah. So as usual, we're going to start off with some lip rolls. Just say. Now you feel even then it's you're in your chest range, but even then it's still very heady. Okay, so before we even go any further with lip rolls, what we're gonna do is make sure you're solidly in your chest voice. Say buh buh buh.
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 Now, crying like a baby, say wah wah wah.
Wah wah wah.
Feel that squeeze. Wah wah wah.
Wah wah wah.
Now you feel that kind of rasp down at the bottom. It's not exactly vocal fry. Sometimes that can actually be from tongue tension. So to help relieve that tongue tension, say yeah yeah yeah.
Yeah yeah yeah.
Yes, perfect. And if you're gonna switch to yeah at home, make sure you're doing exactly what Autumn's doing, which is keeping that presence in your pharyngeal. You don't want to say yeah yeah yeah, but yeah yeah yeah. Right? Do it again.
Yeah yeah yeah.
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 Now say oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if you're doing this at home, make sure that you are starting in vocal fry and ending in vocal fry. You hear this, oh yeah, super slowed down. All right, say oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, blow air through your nose first. That's it. Sort of feels like a dog whimpering. You know, it's the same kind of thing going on in our vocal cords. That's actually what we're after. Good. Now say. For those of you that have a similar struggle getting into your chest voice solidly, it's going to be more girls than guys. It can be very beneficial to take the time to make sure that you are solidly in chest resonance, that your chest range is actually resonating in your mouth, in your chest voice, before you move on to anything else. And you hear Autumn going down to vocal fry at the end of each scale. Just fighting to keep the voice as relaxed as possible. Now boo 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 boo. Hear a little bit of phlegm in your vocal cords, all right? That'll start to work itself out as you just continue vocalizing. Now, whoa, 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 whoa. Again, starting in vocal fry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Start to get the feeling that you're kind of holding your breath. Hear her take that breath after every single exercise, every single scale. It's exactly right. So that air is all of a sudden being limited by chord closure and then is being released. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now I want to do reverse phonation with you. So you've done this before, right? Where you plug your nose and say, Have we done this before?
No.
All right, so for those of you that watch a lot of videos, you've seen this every now and then. It's an exercise you only want to do once or twice a week. You don't want to do this too often. What's actually happening is air is going the other way. It's not coming out this way, it's going the other way. It's almost like you're swallowing air. What I want you to do is first, kind of like if you ever try to speak underwater and it makes you feel like this, you go, Say that for me. No, really deep, okay, lower your jaw. Just like you're trying to, when you're underwater, you don't want to bring in air, right? So it leaves this feeling of kind of swallowing air. That's it. Now that feeling, almost like you feel this vibration goes the opposite way, right? Now when you plug your nose and do the same thing, you shouldn't feel any pressure on your ears or on your nose or on your mouth. You're keeping basically what you're doing is you're keeping your nose and your mouth closed. If you're blowing air up from your lungs, that's gonna, the air's not allowed to escape through your nose or mouth, it's gonna try to escape from somewhere else, which is gonna result in you feeling pressure in your ears. And if you blow really hard, you can actually bust an eardrum this way. So it is, if you feel pressure, that's not, means you're not doing it the right way. Okay, so plug your nose, say, That's it. And you feel this zipped up feeling in your vocal cords, right? Remember to breathe between each one. Good. And you feel how it kind of, it is hard, but just feel how it kind of naturally takes you down into vocal fry when you get to the bottom of your voice, because that closure is so solid through that. All right. It's got actually kind of, now when you speak afterward, it really relaxes your voice. Okay. So now next exercise, staying in that vocal fry, say, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now you're just going to feel it kind of slip through your first bridge into your head voice. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
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 Now make an NG like the end of the word song. Say, Excellent. Say, exhaling through your nose the whole time. Going to go back to lip rolls where we originally were going to start, but now that there's that easy transition from her chest voice to her head voice, she has solid closure in all those parts of her voice. Now lip rolls actually will be more effective and just kind of stretching out and lightening up the voice. Say, starting your chest voice. Good. Now say. Now, what I want to do is let your voice rest for a few minutes without doing any exercises, and that's actually one of the best ways to vocalize is not always to just sit down for an hour and go through everything and just hope that your voice feels amazing at the end. Sometimes that's not always the case. What's much more likely to give you that sense of comfort with your voice is if you're actually doing exercises with intervals in between. So if you're doing 20 minutes and then some time off, and then 20 minutes and some time off, and really the more time you have in between workouts, the better off you are. The voice really likes to warm up gradually, and so when I'm coaching artists that have a show in the evening, and they talk about what's their performance day routine, it involves warming up throughout the day, starting at 10 a.m., maybe noon, doing a light warm-up, and not expecting your voice to be fully warm at the end of it, but then taking some time off. So anyway, we're going to take off what time we can, which is just a few minutes. And while we're doing that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about your history with, I mean, first of all, Autumn is a fantastic songwriter. You have a knack for writing melodies and lyrics that stick in my head. I mean, it'll be a couple weeks between lessons, and all of a sudden I'll just have one of her songs in my head and that's the sign of a great hook. So you started off as a songwriter.
And I was in a band at first, and then we broke off into a duo.
Okay.
And I was in that for a while, and I actually came into Brett's to learn how to do harmonies with the lead singer. I never was like, oh, I'm going to be a singer.
Right.
I was like, I have the worst voice ever. There's no way that's ever going to happen for me. And
so you were writing the songs, and she was the lead singer.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I sat down with Brett, and he was like teaching me harmonies and stuff, and he was like, you know what, you need to learn how to be a lead singer. And I was like, no. No, thank you. Like, there's no way that's going to happen. He was like, he would get so mad at me because always I would be like, I can't do this. And just every time I came, like, I noticed slight differences, like when I actually tried to do the things he asked me to do. And then when I started doing it every day, it was just like this huge improvement. And the duo actually broke up, so then I had to be on my own. And I just could not be more thankful to the studio, because now I can get up in front of a crowd and actually sing a song and feel like comfortable, and not like I sound like Chewbacca or something.
I mean, that's such an inspiring story, I'm sure, for so many people out there, because there's so many people, I encounter so many people that they look at singing success, or they come to a private session and they think, okay, you say that anybody can learn how to sing. I'm not sure I believe you. Like, convince me that this is the case. And our response is always that if you want it badly enough, I may never play in the NBA, but if I want to have a really accurate shot, there's no reason that I can't do that by going out to the court every single day and being disciplined in the way I practice. Right? There's nothing that will prevent me from doing that. I have the physical capability of learning to do really any skill, as long as I want it badly enough, and as long as I'm doing the exercises and the workouts correctly. And I used to have a football coach who would say, practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So, you know, a lot of times when people you might have people out there that are saying, well, I do the same thing. I work with the program day in and day out, and I'm still not progressing in the way that I hoped to or I expected to. Sometimes it's a result of just a slight tweak in the way that the exercise is being done. Just your perception over what the finished product of that exercise should be. The benefit that you have is that when you're coming into the studio, you're being supervised with every single workout. Then you get a recording and you take it home, and you can hear yourself do it, you hear us do it, you hear yourself in third person all of a sudden, and it just creates this invaluable experience for continuing that work. So then you go and you work every single day, and you set muscle patterns, and it starts getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and now you've moved from writing songs for other artists to now you write songs and you know what, I'm gonna keep this one because I like this, it fits my voice well, and people enjoy listening to me sing this, and it's exactly what you should do. That's amazing. I've loved getting to work with you, getting to see you develop, and it's always most rewarding as a coach to work with students that work hard outside of lessons. Because it makes my job so much easier, so much more enjoyable, because I get to see you enjoy the progress you're making.
Yeah, and what helped me a lot was the hearing myself the lesson when I listen to it back. Sometimes I don't exactly understand, like what you mean when you say pharyngeal or something. I'm like, I don't know what that word means. And then I get home and I hear what I'm doing and what you're doing, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like I finally get it and like clicks, and I do it right, and I'm like, okay. I was not doing that right at all. And
for people at home that are using the Singing Success program, a tip might be to record yourself going through the exercises with the Singing Success or the Mastering Mix programs, because then what will happen is you can hear yourself alongside with the examples in the program, the recordings in the program. One universal rule when it comes to singers is that our perception of sound is misleading. When you hear a singer that you want to sound like, whether it's a recording artist or somebody on one of these programs, what you hear coming out of their mouth is not what they hear in their own head. And in order to mimic them, you have to mimic what they hear in their head. And it's a tricky thing, right? Yeah. So that's one of my jobs as a coach, is to teach people what they should be hearing in their own head. For those of you that are just working with the programs, you can record yourself and actually get a little bit better of idea just by hearing the differences between your voice and the voice that you're mimicking.